Hey guys, JT here with another video and an unboxing. This time I'm going to unbox the new Helion Conquest 10MT XB. That's a mouthful. But this is a new two-wheel drive truck that Helion has come out with. They have this in a brushed version and also a brushless version as well. This is the brushed version. You can tell by the red body. The brushless version comes with a blue body, but it comes with a 3300, I believe. 540 and a 4-pole motor with it. But anyway, I got the brush version because I have plenty of brushless systems if I want to upgrade. And I don't think there's too big a difference between this one and the brushless one, besides the color of the body and then also the system. I could be wrong. It could have metal gears in, but I think that would kind of be a waste to put plastic gears in here and metal in the other one. This design is somewhat based off the Helion criterion that one day I will do a comparisons between the two. But I went ahead and picked this up. This is about $144, about $152 or $3, I think, altogether. But it does come with, as you see here, a new type of radio or transmitter for them. It is a 3-channel radio, which is good, and it actually has a 3rd channel on the radio as well. It uses the same tires that are on the Helion Invictus and also on the Intrusion, but you see there the wheel design is a little bit different as well. It's got a couple other features on it. You can see all-weather electronics. It actually has a covering inside of it, which when I unbox this, I'll show this to you. And it comes with, focus in there we go, wheelie bar and stuff as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this thing open. It does come with, of course, a battery and charger. It's a 2000 milliamp 6-cell. But from what I have read about this, let me get this top off real quick. As I was saying, what I had read about this is that this car, even though it's brushed, can run a 3S LiPo. Wow, this has got a blue body on it. I wonder if this is the brushless version. We will find out in just a minute because I did want the red body and not the blue one. So we'll find out in just a minute. But get this out real quick. That's pretty funny. That'd be pretty cool if it was a brushless one. That way it'll save me from using my other electronics on it. But let me go ahead and unravel this stuff real quick. You see it's packed in here pretty good, which I love it when companies pack RC cars well, so in case the box gets crushed or something, it won't actually damage the car. But let me go ahead and get this out real quick. Okay, so I stand corrected on a few things. One, the body comes in 2 colors. It's either going to be red or blue. I thought the red was all brushed and then the blue was brushless, but yeah, I'm wrong on that one. So anyway, and also I'm wrong on another thing too. This tire compound and even the pattern of it is a lot different than that's on the Invictus or the Intrusion. So I stand corrected on there as well. So they did go with a whole new design for these. This is kind of it's real smooth on top. Have to break these in some. But these are 2.2, it seems like, size wheels. I have to make sure I measure those up to see. But they do seem to be 2.2 in diameter size to the 2.8, which is good and which is fine as well. Get this plastic off of here real quick. And get this radio out of here, which is all taped up. So real quick with this, they give you a quick wall charger. Hopefully that'll focus in some on that. 0.5 amps, so this will take a minute to charge up. But I'll go ahead and use my quick charger, so I won't be using that. But this does come with the Dean's type connectors on it as well. This is a look at the radio. The feel of it's fine. It reminds me of kind of a Hobby Wing remake radio that I had before. I can't think of the name, but the one I had kind of with my Rattler. The design looks somewhat similar to it, but it is somewhat different as well. But on the Rattler, you did have to, or that radio, you did have to open this up, and you do have your trims and stuff there as well, which is fine. Those are basic trims and stuff. I don't need digital and all that, especially for this type of truck. I'm just going to be bashing around and stuff. But the feel is good, and it does use 4 AA's. They have a crawler or a rock racer out, is what they're calling it, and it does use kind of an old Fly Sky radio, which uses 8 AA's. They should have just went kind of with this radio. I know they were trying to save on cost and stuff, but anyway, this will be fine. It does seem like it has a jack there if you do put rechargeable AA's or something in there, or even a battery pack. Not sure if a battery pack will fit in there. Yeah, this is removable, so that's pretty good. I mean, standard basic radio, which is what you need. It actually is 3 channels. The third channel is probably, it's either going to be this switch here, which it probably is. The on-off switch is probably, yeah. So the third channel is actually right here to use that third channel with, which it's not used on this car, but if you want to put some lights or something like that on it, you could do that. So as far as this truck is concerned, this body, that's kind of funny, reminds me of somewhat of the X-Max, a 2-wheel drive X-Max that, like, I'd hate to say it, but like Traxxas would make and put out there. But it's still a pretty decent looking body, but just the front of it kind of reminds me of an X-Max. Bumper, all that. Some of this stuff on this truck does seem to be pretty new as well. So get this body off real quick and see what we're working with underneath. So one thing that I liked about this car is this right here. They give you a tray to keep your electronics and most of that dirt and grime out, although it does have little holes and stuff there, which will be fine. I mean, at least it's an effort to put something here to try to cover up your electronics. When you drive this thing out in the dirt, dust, mud, or whatever, a lot of stuff tends to get in these bodies or inside these chassis, and you have to either get a paintbrush, which is what I use to brush it out, or even a toothbrush. So suspension setup seems to be pretty much okay. Rear seems to be fine. Front may need to be adjusted just a little bit, but I won't know until after I run the truck. So some of the other features on this truck is, you see this does have adjustable body mounts there, which is good. That means you can put different bodies on here and lower the ride height of your body as well. So you can probably use a different variety of bodies. I love this wheelie bar. And these are actually rubber. So that's good. And what rubber does, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're doing a wheelie, if you have a plastic wheels on there, it'll tend to bounce just a little bit. With rubber, it tends to absorb the weight impact a little bit more, and helps us to keep steadily wheelies. And also, you know, with rubber, it won't get little dents and stuff in it, where with the plastic ones, it gets dents and all that in it. So sometimes when you're wheeling, your car is like, looks like it's walking down and stuff. But anyway, it comes with a 550 type brush motor. I believe this is a 21 turn. I'll have to double check and see. It comes with metal dog bones, which is good. There's no adjustability here, but the shocks do have like an aluminum cap over top of it. They're not completely aluminum. Basically, it's plastic here, and they put this aluminum type cap over top of it, but it will keep those from popping off. As far as just adjusting the ride height of it, there's no points there. There's one at the front of the shock tower, and as far as the rear goes, this is as low as it'll get. Sorry about that, in the rear. Hopefully that'll focus in. So let's see some of these electronics under here. I do like this feature though. I think that's pretty good and decent that they did that. I can see some guys actually driving this truck around with just this on, so that'll be pretty funny. Let's see what we got up in here. That's a pretty big speed controller. That thing is set in nickel metal mode, so it does have what's called the jumpers on here, where you switch these back and forth between nickel metal and lipo. So I'm just debating if I'm actually going to run this on the 6-cell nickel metal pack that's in it. I probably will, just to see how fast it goes, and then put a 2S lipo in it, and then possibly a 3S as well. I'm going to read the specs on it, but I do believe I saw in there where it can run a 3S lipo, so I'll double check that before I run it on there. But the setup on it's pretty nice. I'll have to get my Criterion and do a quick comparisons between the two. I know it's got some features that are different, but the layout's somewhat the same. And I also have to compare this to my BRT 4.2. And actually, as I'm looking at this chassis, it is a lot different because the Criterion doesn't come in as short right here as well. So they probably use this chassis design because they have a stadium truck and a buggy as well. So they probably use this same design, or at least this chassis design, for those other cars as well, which is fine. A lot of companies do that, and it kind of saves on cost of money, because you see here, that's probably the body mount for what you can use for the buggy as well, unless they got it set up higher, because that's where you put this tray on. But all in all, it seems to be pretty good. I'm gonna charge this battery up and get this thing running really soon. You guys probably want to know about the body. Body feels pretty sturdy, doesn't feel cheap plastic or anything, so that's good. So it should take some crashes and bashes, especially how it's set up here. I'm not sure of the torque and stuff on the servo, but you guys can always look online and find the specifications of that as well. So anyway, that was a look at this. I will get this thing up and running, and I'm going to run it basically stock out the box, and then I'm going to run it with a 2S LiPo and check to make sure that it can run a 3S LiPo, but I'm pretty sure it can. Then I'll run it with that 3S LiPo as well. So as always, don't forget to like or dislike, subscribe if you have not, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks guys for watching.